Okay, this video is just explaining how to navigate the Zentra Field app. So Zentra Cloud or Meter Group created an app so that everybody can see kind of snapshots of data on their phone and also some graphs, but it has some limitations. It doesn't show everything that the web browser shows, but it is pretty nice to have on your phone. It's a little bit easier to see data than maybe if you just use the web browser on your phone. So we're gonna dive right in. So when you log in, when you download the Zentra Field, that's the name of the app. You'll use the same login that you used when you logged into zentracloud.com. And then it should just let you stay logged in. So that's kind of nice. You don't have to do different logins there. But generally when you log in, it will spit you onto this screen when you open up your app, and it's just basically showing you snapshots of data from your different loggers, your weather station. So just so everybody knows, loggers that are censored loggers that are in your fields, they all have IDs that start with Z6 and then a bunch of numbers. That's a specific ID to your actual logger. And then if you have a weather station, your weather station's ID will be A4100, A4100, and then a few other numbers. And so if you ever had to troubleshoot either one of these, and Meter Group asks for those IDs, you can pull it up on your phone and see that there. It can also be on your logger in your weather station, but it's a little bit harder to find on your weather station. So you'll know you're looking at your sensor station here with that Z6. This just shows the battery life and power of your actual logger, showing that it's pretty good. This is just the cell connection. Right, and then same thing here with your weather station. Down here, this is a really good example. If you're having issues with your logger connecting to a cell tower, it will generally, and if it hasn't updated for more than a day, it will show this little red circle. And down at the bottom, it will say updated 14 weeks ago or updated 2 days ago or whatnot. But you'll see these ones that are live, that are working, it'll say it's updated 21 minutes ago or whatnot. So these typically update every hour, and all this is showing is data at that hour that it's updated, right? It's uploading data. So it will upload more data than just once an hour, but it's only showing you at that hour what it logged at that moment. So that's something to keep in mind. And here, for the sensor stations up at the top, you'll see this -6 inches, terrace 10. So the -6 is just showing the placement within the soil profile. So it's 6 inches below ground. And then terrace 10 is the type of sensor. So that's your water content sensor, right? And then it shows the value right here. So 3.6 inches per foot. And it shows that it's plugged into port 1 in the logger. So and then you just keep going down the line and you'll see the 6-inch for the terrace 21, which is our matrix potential. And it gives our matrix potential value, and then it also gives our soil temperature. That's our only sensor that's different from the other 3 sensors. So we have 3 water content sensors and a matrix potential. And you've got your other water content sensors at 18 inches and 30 inches if we could get down that far. So that's your sensor station. Your weather station, if you have one, will show you anything that your weather station's recording, like wind speed, precip, air temperature, humidity, and whatnot. So that's kind of there, but again, it's a snapshot. So it's not necessarily super beneficial, but if you want to see what it is at that, the last time it uploaded, this is a good place to be. So at the very bottom of your app down here, you'll see this charts. If you click on charts, this is something, and then if you click on your name, typically it's your name, that's here. If you click in anywhere in that bar, it's going to upload charts that have been made in zentracloud.com. So you can't make these charts in the app. You have to make them online, but they'll show up in the app. So, and I have noticed in that app, even if you graph like your water content and your matrix potential together, typically the app seems to separate it for some reason. So, but you'll see them together online, and we can show you that in another video. But this is kind of handy because it will show you, this graph is set to show the most recent month's worth of data, or 3 weeks, I think. And so you can see that. And if you hover, or if you won't hover, right now I'm on a laptop, so I can just put my mouse over the graph, and it's going to show me specific values wherever my mouse is for each of those ports or sensors. But if you just tap on your screen where you want to, you can see the actual water content values. This graph is showing our water content on the y-axis, right? And then the dates on the x-axis. And you've got the different water content sensors for each different color. And you'll see the gray ones, the 6-inch, and then the yellow ones, the 18-inch, and the green ones, the 30-inch. And I'm not sure if all these colors will be the exact same for every phone, but that's what it is in here. So you can look and see, kind of hovering over what those values are, and just kind of get an idea of the trends. And you'll see every time you've irrigated, you'll see that 6-inch at least bump up. Sometimes you'll see that 18-inch bump up, and you can also, here they're getting enough water where they're getting more water content down into that 30-inch depth. So if you want to look at a specific area or a specific time frame in more detail or close up, all you do is click on a spot on the graph and then drag your finger over and then let go. And then it's going to update that and zoom in to whatever you highlighted, essentially, right? So then you can kind of see, okay, my water content was, at 3.4 essentially right before I watered, and then it bumped up to about 4.15 on the 6-inch. And then it's dropped down because it's probably going down into that lower depth, and now it's starting to slowly dry down, right? So that's kind of handy. And then if you just need to back up, just hit this back arrow. And then you'll see your original graph again. So, and same thing here, this is our matrix potential, just showing the trends there. And we'll go into more detail with this later on. But also precip with your weather station, if you have one, this is really handy to have a graph to show precip, because sometimes when you go back to devices and you just see the snapshot of data every hour, if you've had a rain event, depending on when the rain has been, if the rain is not raining when it logs data to the cloud, it's going to say that you have no precip in your weather station. But it is collecting data, it just doesn't show it on that snapshot generally. So it's nice to come here and see, okay, yeah, we had a storm on, August 17th, and it'll kind of give you an idea of what the precip was if you hover over it. But again, this is set to show you the total amount for the total period, or that whole entire graph. But if you want to see a specific total amount for a specific rain event or a specific evening where you got rain, just again, hover over it, click over it, slide over, and then it will zoom in onto that, and you'll see how this rain total just got adjusted from like 4 to 0.65 inches. And you'll kind of see a zoom in on when that happened. So, and it will also tell you the time of day. So this is 17:15, so 5:15 in the afternoon. So yeah, so that's kind of nice to see that data. But again, all these graphs have to be made in zentracloud.com in order for you to see them on the app. So there's also abilities to set like notifications and thresholds, max and mins for these specific graphs, and you can get notified on your app. I don't have anything set here, but I'll show you that in other videos and we can walk through that. But this is, in a nutshell, what your app will show you, snapshots of the data. And then if you have graphs made in Zentra Cloud, you'll see those graphs and trends and whatnot. So there you go.